What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. First, let's talk about what's going to be happening in the future. We're going to be doing a whole lot of things this year, so sit back and get ready to see a lot of things. We're actually going to try golf. We're going to bring back the barbecue review. We're going to do all kinds of reviews on different things, and of course, we're going to be bringing you the best in sports. Raiders! Now, the Raiders. As we all know, the Raiders fired Josh McDaniels. Thank goodness. They never should have hired that bum in the first place. But Mark Davis finally did something right. He got rid of Josh McDaniels and he hired Antonio Pierce. Antonio Pierce did a great job considering the cards that he was dealt with. A rookie quarterback, locker room and dysfunction, but he brought things together. I think Antonio Pierce deserves to have the job. He's able to win a few ball games down there in the end. I know there's one game where they got shut out, but they came back and scored 63 points. He beat the Kansas City Swifties in Kansas City. So that deserves credit right there. I don't think Josh McDaniels would have got that done. So Mark Davis, you need to do the right thing, man. Do the right thing and just go ahead and hire this man. Don't sit around waiting too long because somebody else might hire him. I know Mark Davis is waiting. He wants to kick the tires on Jim Harbaugh. I know that's what he wants to do, but Jim Harbaugh does not want to come to the Raiders. Jim Harbaugh, he wants to go to the Chargers. He wants that nice young quarterback and nice, beautiful stadium in LA. That's what he wants. He doesn't, unless you throw a lot of money at him, Mark. And come on now, Mark, you've already spent a lot of money in coaches, from that John Gruden thing to the Josh McDaniel thing. So you spent a lot of money on coaches. You won't have to pay as much money for Antonio Pierce, unfortunately, even though he deserves it. Even though he deserves it. Go ahead and do the right thing for once, Mark Davis. You blew it. You've blown it a few too many times. I thought when you had Hugh Jackson, I thought you were kind of on the right thing. You know, the Raiders went 8-8 with Hugh Jackson way back in the day. Even though they lost their starting quarterback, they were still able to go 8-8. Didn't make the playoffs, but you went and you got, you know, you did pretty good at 8-8. So you got rid of Hugh. You brought in Reggie. Reggie brought in Dennis Allen. And as they say, the rest is history. Then you did the Gruden thing. That was a bad decision. You didn't want to hire Rich Bisaccia. So Mark, do the right thing. Give Antonio Pierce a chance. The players like him. Everyone likes him. Just do the right thing. Please don't sit around waiting for Jim Harbaugh or some other cute thing like Chucky. John Gruden's gone. John Gruden quit the team. He quit. I don't care how you slice it, even though he had those scandalous emails. The bottom line is he quit. If John Gruden was so right in his emails and all that stuff, then he shouldn't have quit. He quit. He quit. That's it. No more John Gruden. Please don't say John Gruden. Please don't bring up Chucky no more. No more Chucky. Go ahead and hire Antonio Pierce. Do the right thing. I know you're waiting on Jim Harbaugh, but Harbaugh, he's going to the Chargers. I'm pretty sure about that. Now, the Raiders have come in second in their division. They came in second in AFC West, so they're going to have a interesting schedule because they're going to have to play other teams that came in second place in the AFC. Let's take a look at the schedule. Now let's take a look at the Raiders schedule. Of course, they're going to be playing the Denver Broncos, the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to be playing the Chargers. This year it's going to be the AFC North. They're going to be playing Cleveland at home, Pittsburgh Steelers at home. They're going to be playing Jacksonville at home because they came in second place in their division. And the Atlanta Falcons, they're going to be playing the Falcons at home. The Carolina Panthers at home. So as I look at this schedule here, the Raiders are actually going to have the Chargers game as a home game. They're going to have one home game Jacksonville, that should be a home game too, because as we all know, when they play in Las Vegas, those necessarily aren't home games. So, of course, the Chargers, Jacksonville should be a home game, Carolina should be a home game, and Atlanta should be a home game. So they're going to get a few home games where the fans don't come there and just take your stadium over. So they're going to have a few home games. I'm counting a few home games. And of course, we have the away games. Quite naturally, you're going to be playing Denver, Kansas City, Chargers. But this is where it's going to get interesting. They're going to be playing the Ravens and the Bengals away. Those are two games that could potentially be cold weather games and could potentially be 10 a.m. games. Let's continue on. They're going to be playing Miami. So the Raiders are going to be going back to Miami. And the game that I just can't wait for is when they play the New Orleans Saints. Is Derek Carr still going to be a part of that team? Is he still going to be on the team? Are they going to waive him? Are they going to cut him? Who knows what's going to happen? So we're going to sit back and wait and see what happens with Derek Dallas Carr. So we got the Saints, you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Rams. Whoa, the Rams, that's another home game. So you're going to have two away home games. You got the Chargers, which is always a nice home game on the road, and you got the Rams, another home game on the road. So it's going to be quite a few home games this year. You always have the Chargers, that's a guaranteed home game. And now we got the Rams. So the Raiders are going to be going to LA two times next year. That ought to be great. But the game of games is when they're playing those New Orleans Saints in New Orleans. Get your popcorn ready. Derek Dallas Carr against the Raiders. So that schedule is going to be very interesting. They're going to be playing 8 games against playoff teams. Very interesting. It's going to be a difficult schedule. And if the Chargers hire Harbaugh, it's really going to be a tough schedule because he's going to have his boys ready to play. He's going to have Justin Herbert, and they're not going to have a stupid-ass coach anymore. So it's going to be interesting. So Antonio Pierce, they need to hurry up and hire this man. Hurry up. Stop playing around, Mark Davis. You're waiting too late. I mean, Carolina could end up scooping him up. Atlanta can end up scooping him up. But I don't think that's going to happen. The bottom line is the Raiders need to, get another quarterback, maybe get a veteran in there. Even though Aiden O'Connell, he did a good job. He did way better than expected for a rookie. He did way better than Derek Dallas Carr did in his first year in NFL. So maybe you want to keep rolling with him. I don't know. I'd try to get a veteran in there and see what we could do. Now, the unfortunate thing is the Raiders won a few games, so they're not going to be getting that great draft pick. They're going to be picking 13th because this year's draft is going to be some nice quarterbacks coming out. You got Caleb Williams, Michael Penix, Bo Nix. There's going to be some quarterbacks coming out, but Raiders, you really need to get an experienced quarterback. Let's get some experience. Go out and see if we can find a veteran out there somewhere.
So listen, when I get the job, we're going to work on that together. All right, we'll be back. Appreciate you guys.